Hello, dear friends. The only necessary thing for the triumph of evil is that we, good human beings, do nothing. Edmund Burke. Opinion piece. Breaking the spell. It's no longer possible to wait. It's going to be a turbulent time. We've done the heavy lifting. We have changed course. Things are moving. We lost many along the way. We are very tired inside. We will see God's glory restored. Soon there may be a wave of revelations. We fight for the good of all mankind. We are the generation that will break the spell. The earth is in a shift to a higher dimension. We are at the end of the grace period for the sleeping ones. Let's start. We are the generation that will break the spell for all future generations to free humankind. Most of us are in our 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s or 90s, and we are awake and aware, and we have waited for this moment throughout our lives. We arrived knowing that we were here for something great. We were born to wait for this moment, to break the spell that has been cast over humankind. Our time is now. It is at hand, according to Holy Tuesday's update message. We are the ones who have been waiting. We need the rest of the world to catch up. It has been a long, arduous, and exhausting journey to reach the finish line. But fellow travelers, we are almost there. We will reap the rewards, and please take some much needed time to rest and recalibrate. Those of us who have been carrying the weight for so long are very tired inside. We did the heavy lifting and the major pushing for decades. We lost many along the way. To all who helped, we thank you. And those who perished before you will see the glory of God restored. Your efforts were not in vain. This moment in history is a momentous time. It is a time for celebration and healing. We fought the good fight and didn't yield. May the world rise from the ashes like the proud phoenix and shine forever. We are almost there, folks. The news looks wonderful. Things are moving. Soon we should see movement on our level. Massive cleanup behind the scenes. Remember, it's always about safety and security. We are getting there. Keep your frequency positive and see how it is done, because it is done. We should see the results as soon as possible, depending on how events unfold, because a lot of progress have been made. It has always been about safety and security. We have finally done it. Keep the prayers coming. Grace period. The grace period for the masses living below the surface of reality, mired in propaganda, illusion, induced stupor, would be rapidly running out. Those of us who understand the real story are chewing the cud for the hammer to fall and break the shields used to defend against the inconvenient truth by the rest of the population, according to a message from Ineffable Truths, signed by Stacy Peth. Their business and distractions would not give them a free pass to postpone the painful moment when the truth is told about who we are, what has happened on our planet, who does not know, and the crimes they have committed over the decades to enrich themselves. We hear it is due in November, but we have no dates, although we expect the emergency broadcast. Worst case scenario would force the issue to a later date. Cartoon and references in other entertainment industry productions are enough to wake up some, but not all. Many are so traumatized by that event that they push it to the back of their psyche, bury it, where they never wanted to revisit it. A dose of reality would not be having the desired effect. The world sleeps and welcomes whatever is sold to them. When will people understand the ploy? Or will those who can't figure it out die, leaving the critical thinkers to carry on with the human species? It is really destined to be a survival of the fittest moment in our civilization. Truth bombs are falling from left to right, and no political party is spared. Pain and suffering are the hallmark of their plans to control the population. They control everything, including our thoughts, most of the time. They could not tell us everything, but they told us a lot. The rest we have to rebuild and exercise great faith. Spiritual people can do that. I don't have any problems. I know what happened. I know who was responsible. I know it is being dealt with in a controlled manner to preserve as many lives as possible and avoid an all-out war, hence the information war. We are being tested, but we are doing fantastic. We are fighting for good. We are fighting for the maximum benefit for as many human beings as possible. Revelations. Pleiades High Council Revelations by Inger Norim Biapau. It's a great pleasure to be able to tell you that it is finally time to come and go with the disclosures that so many have been waiting for. With these difficult but absolutely necessary decisions, we come out with revelations that will shock the majority of the population and cause them to awaken from illusion and see the true reality of those who are still sleeping soundly. After much work and deliberation, we have come to the conclusion that it is no longer possible to wait. Even light workers would be shocked by this total lack of empathy and compassion. These revelations would be published in the media in the coming days, and it is the biggest and most serious message we give the population in the first place, but more would come. This would lead to great difficulties, and many wouldn't know how to relate their faith when it comes to government they have chosen for themselves and for the good of the country. Being so totally shocked by this anomaly could be too much for many, and the light workers have a great task ahead of them to try to calm people by explaining what is happening on Earth and in the universe. Most of the population has no idea what is happening to Earth, and have not understood or have not wanted to understand what is closing that meant for the entire universe. These people would not follow ascension because they need to continue in the lower frequency until they have developed and are ready for ascension. There are also those who do not want to believe in this change for Earth and still want to live within their comfortable zone, a comfort zone. It is their choice, and no one could question it because it is their soul that has decided what it needs more time to develop spiritually for an ascension to higher frequency. In the coming days, extremely strong energies would be sent to Earth, and we ask people who are aware and awake about what is happening to really try to absorb these energies even if they are very strong and you may feel that you are pressed to the ground. It is important to try to survive and not give up the effort to live in these energies. A lot wants to be combined to focus on survival and join the ascension. It is a critical time regarding where we are in our spirituality and frequency. And many are very tired after much work for the universe, but also for people. How we have treated our fellow man shows what frequency everyone is in spiritually. It would be a convulsive time, and we've talked about it before, but this time it would be much more serious. It could be a difficult crisis in the form of food shortages or lack of money due to the closing of grocery stores and even banks. Be prepared for this, for there could soon be a wave of revelations that would not bring peace but would require your attention to what you must face for some time to come. Even so, rest assured that this time was predetermined and shouldn't be something new to most humans, with all these messages and warnings that have come out in the media and other channels. The Earth is in a shift to a higher dimension, and this means that many people will follow in this ascension into the fifth dimension and into the new era in the new world. People who do not join this ascension because they cannot or do not want to do would remain in the lower frequency without noticing anything. This happens because of your continuous development in spirituality, love and compassion. Trying to maintain a high frequency is just being yourself and thinking with love and positivity. We love you all very much, and in this way want to give you as much encouragement and strength as possible. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.